Welcome back to the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. We have been called to the Digifall system, which is here, I believe. Yes. And there's some Klingons still. In fact, I got killed by him last
Captain,
time.
a Klingon battle cruiser has entered the system.
Open hailing frequencies. This is Captain James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. Klingon battlecruiser, you are in Federation space. You must leave immediately.
I am Commander Taras of the Nizra. We are in pursuit of a genocidal criminal. We are performing an act of mercy in removing him from your space. Naturally, you will remove your vessel from this system, for your own safety, of course.
I think we can take care of ourselves, Taraz, which is more than I can say for you, if the Nizra does not leave Federation space at once.
I need to be more accommodating to the Klingons because I don't really want to fight them.
You are in direct violation of the Organian Treaty, mister. If you have a problem, have your fleet commander take it up with them. If a Federation criminal were to pass into Klingon space, you'd be saying the same thing to me.
If we are not allowed to capture this criminal, Captain, you may do this for us. We insist that we remain here to monitor the situation, but we will take no action, provided that you can bring him to us in 12 hours.
Agreed. Vessels of war are not allowed in Federation space. You will pull back to the Organian... Agreed.
Entering standard orbit.
Spock, talk to me.
I have pinpointed the source of the energy trail from Harcourt.
Hardcore, huh?
Hailing frequencies open.
May I respectfully remind the Captain that we haven't accomplished our mission, sir.
Well, looks like I'm not going to hardcore yet. I need to do what I need to do here. Alright. Can I beam down to this planet?
Assemble a landing party. Unless we find this so-called criminal, we're going to war.
Is that a priest or is it Elvis?
There is a tall, slender, dark-haired man looking intently at you.
Still might be Elvis.
Spock is analyzing the surroundings. McCoy is fidgeting around. Lieutenant Strachey is carefully eyeing the humanoid. It looks like the jungle has grown up into a small hut. The moon of Digifall. Legend says that the gods of good and evil fortune live there and will glance back at those who look at them, and either a miracle or a catastrophe will soon befall those who gaze upon it.
Well then.
You see dense vegetation in all directions. You see dense vegetation in all directions.
Let's talk to this person.
Greetings, my children. I can barely imagine that you have come so far.
I am Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Did you know the Klingons are looking for you? I'm Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. What did you do to get the Klingons so upset? We're not your children, and we don't appreciate this wild goose chase you forced us into. I am Captain James T. Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Did you know the Klingons are looking for you?
The Klingons? Amazing. This is the first time one of my missions has produced results so swiftly.
Listen, mister. Any missions conducted within Klingon space fully jeopardize the peace. Damn right the results were swift. The Klingons have been raiding colonies looking for you. Listen, mister. Any missions conducted within Klingon space fully jeopardize the peace. Damn right the results were swift. The Klingons have been raiding colonies looking for you.
No, you must be lying. They could not be raiding if they are looking for me. Violence was not the message of any of my missions. I, Quetzalcoatl, preach universal brotherhood and peace.
Quetzalcoatl? How fitting you would name yourself after one of the most bloody-handed gods in Earth's history.
Bloody-handed? My people love peace.
Your followers regularly sacrificed other believers to you after you left, offering you their still-beating hearts. Ha! You mean your followers loved pieces? They slaughtered other believers hoping you'd return. Your followers regularly sacrificed other believers to you after you left, offering you their still-beating hearts.
Impossible. You must be lying.
And then your followers were destroyed, because when white men arrived on that continent, they were believed to be you in your promised return. Your people perverted your teachings, then were destroyed by it.
Foul, lying creatures! My gift was wasted upon you! Be gone! Really are not the inheritors of the noble Aztec world. What you have said has greatly disturbed me. You should not lie so. You shall remain here until you have learned the error of angering Quetzalcoatl.
So I'm dealing with either an Aztec god or a man posing as an Aztec god. There's a snake right there.
This particular snake doesn't seem to like your company and moves whenever you get near it.
Is it poisonous?
It looks like a Zamphorian pit snake, a rather common species in this region, noted by galactic herpetologists for their quickness. It is not venomous or dangerous to humans.
Okay. Then it poses no danger to me, then I have no problem with it. You and I can chill in this here cave together, Mr. Snake, with no problems.
There is a light suspended from above by a chain. McCoy is examining the floor of the pit. Spock is carefully examining the pit. Lieutenant Strachey is carefully examining the pit.
We're all examining the pit.
You are in a deep pit. It is a long, hard climb to the top.
Do I look like a Houdini to you? I'm afraid you're going to have to pull the rabbit out of the hat on this one.
Why couldn't we just beam out of here?
Those vines would be useful to escape, if we could reach them.
No enemies in sight, but supplies could be a problem if we don't get out.
There is a vine hanging down into the pit.
Well, before I climb the vine, why don't I just, beam out of here?
Fascinating. Our communicators have apparently been rendered ineffective.
Well, that is why.
The vine will not support you.
Okay. And that is too high to reach, right?
There's nothing at the moment for me to do there.
Okay. Let's see.
You are in a deep pit. It is a long, hard climb to the top. McCoy is examining the floor of the pit.
Now I want to look at this rock.
You are in a deep pit.
Are those eyes?
Feral red eyes glare out of the dark at you.
Sure.
Nothing to report, Captain.
What if I will give this a shot here. What if I shoot this vine here, get part of it, and tie it, and then use it like a lasso or something? I'm really reaching here. To tie onto the chain of course, if that wouldn't support me, I don't think I could use it to get up to the chain. What?
It is logical that an entity that professes to teach peace would render our phasers inoperative.
What about these roots?
You are in a deep pit. It is a long, hard climb to the top.
Nothing to report, Captain.
Can I pick up the snake? Wait, there's a hole there.
There is a tiny hole in the wall at this point. Certainly no human could crawl through here.
It would appear that this is where the snake lives, Captain. It is logical that an entity that...
What to I'd be missing something that I can work with.
There are rocks here quite suitable for picking up and throwing.
Okay. That looks like that's just one giant rock to me, but whatever.
You pick up some rocks from the pile.
Oh, I got it. Use the rock to block the hole. Now the snake can't escape and I can pick it up. What I'm gonna do with the snake, I'm not sure. Can I use the snake to lasso the chain?
Nothing happens.
I didn't think so. How about with the vine?
Nothing happens. This snake is just waiting for a chance to sink its fangs into someone, especially young Starfleet security officers.
Oh, red shirt, that means you. Still have rocks. Throw it at this. I don't really want to knock the light out.
Nothing happens. Nothing happens.
Fascinating. It did appear to knock the vine down near to the point where one of us can reach it.
Didn't they have baseball on Vulcan? Show us your fastball, Jim.
Baseball? No one plays that anymore. Good try, though, sir.
Okay. Aha!
The probability of getting the vine on the second try was only 36.53%. Well done, Captain.
Probability? That was a perfect pitch if I ever saw one.
All right, we're on our way.
Never tell me the odds, Spock. Can I climb up the vines now? Oh yeah, look at them climbing skills. Look at those climbing skills. I suppose I should have everybody do that now. Alright. Security officer. Spock. Should be a breeze for Spock. Vulcans are super duper strong. McCoy. Damn it, Jim. I'm a doctor, not a gym rat. Okay, I suppose we should, how do I get out of here? This way? Save my game.
Save new game. Trees to the left of you, trees to the right of you. Into the valley of trees race the landing party. You are in a densely vegetated area. The overgrowth blocks your view in all directions. You are in a densely vegetated. Lieutenant Strachey appears fascinated by the vines hanging from the trees. McCoy is filled with premonitions of injury and death. Why else would they have brought him along? Spock is examining the surrounding terrain for signs of danger. Anything else would be illogical. Kirk is wondering what he said that made Quetzalcoatl so angry.
Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain. Nothing to report, Captain.
Kind of looks like it's got a face on it.
Trees to the left of you. You are in a densely vegetated.
Move along, I guess.
I am Tolokzak, priest of Quetzalcoatl. Only one who knows his ways may approach his holy ground.
Oh boy, red shirt out in front. Ah, it's not looking good for you, red shirt.
Primitive lights illuminate this savage scene. Towering over your security officer, holding a great spear in his huge hand, the great warrior Tolokzak will let no one pass him. You look but see nothing of note.
Well, let's talk to him.
I will not listen to your deceitful ways.
What if I toss a snake at you?
Indeed, you know the ways of Quetzalcoatl, but only a man of courage, one who will shed blood, will pass.
So I have to shed blood? He wants me to shed blood? What do I have to shed blood? I can toss the rock at him. There you go.
Tolokzak falls to the ground unconscious.
He dropped a knife, Jim.
How's that for shedding blood?
You pick up the beautifully crafted knife.
Oh, that is beautifully crafted.
A beautifully crafted stone knife inlaid with Aztec patterns. You look but see nothing of note. You look but see nothing of note.
Alright. We continue. Can I continue? Which way can I go? Oh, down here maybe.
You are in a dark forest. You can hear the flow of water to the northwest. Below this rock is a large growth of mushrooms.
To make sure they don't have any spores or anything.
Trauzakian mushrooms. Their spores are highly toxic and are released if they are disturbed.
Yeah, see, I bet if I would have gone to grab some, I would be a dead man.
Familiar glowing spheres. You are in a dark.
Alright, let's go give those mushrooms a wide berth. That does not look good.
The river water is too muddy to get an idea of its depth, or what may be beneath its surface.
Is that a hippo?
This plant has a rather thick stem and prickly leaves.
Can I take it? Oh, wait. I have a knife. Chop. Let's find out what kind of plant it is, actually. Probably should have done that before I chopped a piece of it off, but...
It appears that the leaves are slightly toxic. I would not recommend touching it for an extended amount of time, Captain.
Well, I already have, but I put it away. I didn't really hold it for very long.
The log looks quite old but sturdy.
Yeah, but what about this thing? What is this?
It is some kind of mollusk. The river seems to be its home, and it is carnivorous, eating land and river-based forms of life.
And it will probably eat me if I try to cross. Can I throw a rock at it?
Nothing happens.
Can I throw a snake at it?
Nothing happens.
Can I throw a knife at it?
Jim, with our phasers not working, we may need that knife to protect ourselves.
Due to the small size of the knife, I doubt it would harm such a large creature.
The plant?
It would appear that the plant secretes a chemical that is a natural repellent to the creature. It has retreated far downstream, Captain.
Well, that was fortuitous. Alright. What about this plant?
You look but see nothing of note.
Rocks?
There is a slow, muddy river blocking your path. A strong, thick log serves as a footbridge. The river is unmoving, and the heat and stillness are oppressive.
Let's save the game.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
What is this red stuff?
It is a large cluster of crystals. Darkness leading into the unknown. Darkness leading into the unknown.
This appears to be a formation of raw dilithium crystals, Captain.
I've lost any appetite I may have had for squid, Jim.
I would suggest we continue on, Captain. It would not be logical to endanger ourselves by remaining here.
Reminds me of some spelunking I did on Hades 4. Ever do any climbing, Captain?
Have you ever made it up the face of Half Dome, Lieutenant?
If we ever get back to Earth, 100 credits says I'll beat you.
Captains and security officers, they don't realize how fragile the human body can be.
Sure we do. That's the challenge.
I take these crystals.
You will need something to pry it loose.
Oh, I haven't got a knife.
You have one dilithium crystal in raw form.
Let's move on. Aha!
I watched as you worked through the problems I set in your path. You are a valiant, intelligent species. Please sit down. We have much to discuss.
I've had it up to here, with so-called superior beings terrorizing my crew because we're so primitive. Maybe you should see how primitive you are before you go around testing others. One thing first, if you're so peaceful, how come the Aztecs were so violent and aggressive? Yes, I guess we do. Go on. I've had it up to... Yes, I guess we do. Go on.
Alright, I'll go with the diplomatic approach.
First, I have one question. You are clearly not the liars I thought you to be. Were you telling me the truth about my disciples? That they became ruthless savages?
The Federation is not in the business of lying, mister. Absolutely. Your best intentions were changed by the imperfect humans that you left in charge after you departed. Such is the way of our race, I'm afraid. You messed up in a big way. Perhaps you should try following the Prime Directive. It changed our lives. The Federation... Absolutely. Your best intentions were changed by the imperfect...
I sense truth in this. Perhaps this is what happened to my children on the Klingon world of Rakur, which would explain why they are searching for me. I have clearly abused the power that was given me long ago.
You show great wisdom, sir, but your statement implies that you wish to change your condition.
Indeed. If my mission of peace was overthrown, then I am no longer worthy of my power. Tell me, has your species made progress in the medical arts?
We're a technologically advanced starfaring race. What do you think? That we wouldn't have made progress in medicine? With Dr. McCoy, I sometimes wonder, but yes, I would say we have made considerable advances.
Oh, man, I could throw a dig to Bones.
Yes, why do you ask? We're a tech... Yes, why do you ask?
Oh, I'd love to poke McCoy in the ribs. Nah, I'm gonna be nice to McCoy.
At the top of my spine is a gland not found in your species. This is the seat of my power. I wish you to remove it, thereby making me immortal.
Jim, I'll try, but the physiology is completely alien.
You've got to do it, Bones. If the Klingons realize he's no longer a threat to them, perhaps we can avoid a war. Scotty 5 to beam up.
Captain, 3 Klingon heavy battle cruisers have just entered the system. Admiral Kenka is hailing us, sir.
Federation starship, this is Admiral Blick Kinka of the Clearta. You harbor a criminal who has caused the destruction of the entire population of Rakkor. We are not prepared to negotiate. You will proceed to Rakkor, where a court of Cleon justice will be convened. If you refuse, we shall destroy you.
Admiral Vlicht, the criminal of whom you speak, is in the middle of a very delicate medical procedure. He cannot be handed over to anyone at this time. I cannot believe Quetzalcoatl's mission to Rakur would cause the deaths of the entire planet. Since when do Klingons give orders to Federation officers, Admiral? I realize it's difficult for a Klingon, but don't be a fool. Admiral Vlicht, the criminal of whom you speak, is in the middle of a very delicate medical procedure. He cannot be handed over to anyone at this time. I cannot believe Quetzalcoatl's mission to Rakur would cause the deaths of the entire planet. Since when Admiral Vlicht, the criminal of whom you speak...
His attempt to corrupt the Empire with his philosophy led to the destruction of all life on Rakur.
How could a philosophy of peace and non-violence cause the destruction of all life on Rakur?
Rakur has been governed by my family for generations, but even they were corrupted by him. It was a matter of honor that his lies had to be silenced, no matter what the cost.
My God, you killed your own people just because they acquired a philosophy that you disagreed with? So you killed them, your own family. You were responsible for the deaths, not Quetzalcoatl. You murdered them. You're insane. Tell me, how much do your commanders know about what you did? Or do you need to kill Quetzalcoatl to hide your own deeds? My God, you killed your own people just because they acquired a philosophy that you disagreed with? So you killed them, your own family. You were responsible for the deaths, not Quetzalcoatl. You murdered them. You're insane. Tell me, how much do your commanders know about what you did? Or do you need to kill Quetzalcoatl to hide your own deeds?
Captain, the weapons systems on all 3 cruisers have become active.
Raising shields.
That may not have been the right way to go.
Aye, sir.
Our weapons are offline.
The Enterprise has been destroyed. Load a previously saved game.
Alright, so that was not the way to go.
You have 1 dilithium crystal in raw form.
I watched as you... Please sit down.
I've had it up to here. One thing first. Yes, I guess we do.
First, I have one... You are...
The Federation is not in the business. Absolutely. Your best intentions were changed by the imperfect human.
I sense...
You're so great.
Indeed.
We're a technologically advanced... With Dr. McCoy, Yes, why do you ask?
At the top of...
Jim, I'll try. But the fifth...
You've got to do it, Bones. At the... Scotty, 5 to beam up.
Captain, 3 Klingon heavy battle. Admiral Kenka is hailing us, sir.
Federation starship, this is
Admiral Vlicht, the criminal of whom you speak, is in the middle of a very...
His attempt to corrupt the Empire with his philosophy.
How could a philosophy of peace and non-violence cause...
Rakur has been governed by my family.
My God, you killed your own people just... So you killed them, your own family. You were responsible for the deaths, not Quetzalcoatl.
It was that creature's fault. Had he not interfered in our affairs, the people of Rakur would be alive. Clearly, he is responsible.
Message from Starfleet Command.
I'll argue this with you later, Vlicht.
Contact your superiors, Kirk. You may be surprised.
I have bad news, Captain. The Organians have ruled that Quetzalcoatl's interference in Klingon affairs renders him subject to Klingon law. You are to turn your prisoner over to them at Rakur. Klingon law will permit you to observe or aid in his defense. But be very careful, Jim. Starfleet out.
Captain, you cannot turn him over to those butchers. That would be murder.
We have no choice, Scotty. I'm afraid Quetzalcoatl has a date with Klingon justice. Set course for Rakur, Mr. Chekhov. captain's log. We have come to the ruined Klingon planet of Krakoor to deliver our guest, the mythical entity Quetzalcoatl, to a Klingon court. Dr. McCoy, Mr. Spock, and Ensign Benny and I have been granted permission by the Organians to witness this trial, which I expect to be a travesty of any meaningful definition of justice. Spock, come with me. Mr. Scott, you have the con.
The prisoner and his witnesses will stand forth,
Cool.
so the trial may begin.
Yes. Klingon trials. The best.
Save new game. A Klingon guard. A big Klingon guard. A big Klingon guard with his disruptor ready to fire on anyone who gives him trouble. Admiral Vlicht, commander of the Klingon flagship Clerta. This is the famous seal of the Klingon Empire. You look but see nothing of note. This bench is marked with the symbol of the Klingon Court of High Justice. The two triangles of words and blood linked together.
Alright, let's...
You will not speak unless the court requests it,
I'm sorry.
Kirk.
I'm sorry. So do we walk out here?
So, Kirk, we finally meet. I had thought it would be in battle, but the universe holds many surprises.
There's nothing less appealing than a gloating Klingon, Vlicht. Let's get this trial underway. Stick around, Vlicht. There are more surprises awaiting you. Why does every Klingon tell me they expected to meet me in battle? You really have a one-track mind. There's nothing less appealing than a gloating Klingon, Vlicht. Let's get this trial underway. Stick around, Vlicht. There are more surprises awaiting you.
So be it! This begins the trial of the entity Quetzalcoatl, who is charged with impersonating a Klingon, stirring dissent, encouraging cowardice, and treason in the highest degree.
Those are serious charges, Vlicht. Should he not be tried by a Klingon High Court?
He has not demonstrated honor, Kirk. Only a proven warrior may be tried in High Court. Principles of honor are not applicable to his defense.
I'm a warrior, Vlicht. I hereby intervene for him and demand the honors and responsibilities of a warrior's trial. Then this trial is a mockery for the entire galaxy to see. Oh, well, I'm afraid you're on your own, Quetzalcoatl. I'm a warrior, Vlicht. I hereby intervene for him and demand the
A Federation officer claiming the rights of a Klingon warrior. How dare you insult me, Kirk?
I've faced Klingons both in personal and ship-to-ship combat. Your own records will confirm this. If I'm not worthy of their honors, why didn't they kill me?
That oversight, Kirk, is easily rectified. You and your 3 companions may face the test that we set for the Defender. Then we shall see if you are as worthy as a Klingon.
I want your word of honor, Vlicht, that Quetzalcoatl will not be harmed while we take these tests.
Very well. You have my word. Captain Calarax, transport them to the test of life.
What is this place?
Not much is known about Krakoor, Ensign. This would appear to be some sort of a mining installation. That creature might be a native life form.
A test of courage? That is the Klingon way.
I somehow doubt that Vlicht intends for us to survive this, whatever the outcome. We're the only thing that stands between him and the killing of Quetzalcoatl that he can justify.
Why should he worry about justification, Captain? He's a Klingon. Murder is as natural to them as breathing.
That's not true, Ensign. However, I suspect that Vlicht's attack on Krakoor exceeded his orders. He needs Quetzalcoatl as a scapegoat, and he needs a fair trial to avoid an inquiry of his own actions.
And our deaths will be the only way he can get it. Great.
Alright. Well, I had intended to try to finish the episode before finishing this particular episode of the Let's Play here, but I don't know how long these tests are going to take. So I'm just going to save
new
here.
game.
And we'll pick up and we'll do these 3 trials or tests next time.